Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Everybody, Street Trading here with another video lesson for you guys. Nice, solid action yesterday in the market. Obviously, as you can see, again, market's pushing all-time highs. Definitely a pretty strong session yesterday. Now, as you can see, NVAX, looking at a 15-minute chart of NVAX, was a beast yesterday. You can see clearly long term, these guys were getting hit, not getting hit, but there was some obviously selling pressure going on from the beginning of December, right after that solid run up into the end of November's trading. Clearly, this is vaccine company, so they're obviously getting some positive kind of sympathy moves. Obviously, there are going to be a lot of these healthcare companies coming out with their vaccines, so there's going to be a lot of players on the market. These guys obviously were taking a little bit of slack in the beginning of the month, and you're seeing this reversal back up. So technically it was a fucking layup. We obviously had this on our weekly going into this week's session, and we also put this on our trade ideas yesterday, going into yesterday's session, because we saw that it was ready to rip, and it did exactly what we wanted. We actually took a couple of hits in the beginning of the session. We took two stops in the beginning of the session. Got in a little too early, then got in again too early, and then it finally took off. So like we keep preaching, talking time and time again, manage your risk. When you manage your risk properly, you can take small cuts and then wipe out those small hits when you have the actual move occurring. So that's the end of the day, guys. Don't sweat the small L's, guys. Do not worry about taking the small losses, because when you stick with the stock, when you continue to stock a stock, and you're just wrong in the beginning of the session or the week, whatever how you want to trade, you're either wrong with the direction completely, which obviously happens, we're human, or you're early. 9 times out of 10, you're early. If you took the time to study and really planned out what's going on with the market fundamentally and technically, if you took that time, there's a high probability you're just early. So 2 things. Wait out the storm. We're not advocates of that whatsoever. We'd rather take a small hit and do that 2-3 times and then get right back in again. And then obviously the win will wipe out the losses. Or wait through the storm. When you wait through the storm, you're opening yourself up to exposure that you're going to add a layer of emotion. Not a fan of that. Take the L. Sit back, all cash, wait for the move to happen, hop in. You're early again, take the L, take a step back, all cash, wait for the move to happen, hop back in. Do it, rinse and repeat. All right? Until you are clear that you are wrong. And that happens too, guys. But not nearly as much as when you actually take the trade and prices move in the direction that you anticipate and hit your targets. This is a perfect example. All right, NVAX did exactly what we were talking about yesterday. Took a couple L's, then hopped back in the final run, and it worked out nicely. So let's get into the levels we ended up risking off of, where we stopped out at, and how our thought process behind the whole trade. All right, guys, let's get into it.